Labor can take time, right? And while there is no way to get rid of the intensity of the contractions, there are ways to make it more bearable for you. So these are just a few easy coping techniques during labor. How you cope with labor depends on the stage that you are in. I'm quickly going to draw it for you. The first stage is basically this. You are feeling excited, things are happening, you know, the day is finally here, your water broke or you started having contractions, you admitted to the hospital, and your partner, dads, they can't help themselves, they're usually like full of jokes. It's a coping mechanism for them, it's a distraction thing for you, so everything is kind of going really well. And you're getting settled in and you have your first checkup and now you kind of know what is happening. But then over time, the contractions start to intensify and you need to focus your sense a little bit inward, but it's not as badly yet and you don't need to focus on any pushing yet. If you have an epidural, you might sleep. If you don't have one, you might still rest in between contractions. So this phase looks like this. You're a little bit less happy. You're still very happy, but your focus is now inward. So, you know, the jokes might not seem as funny as they used to be, or you're tired. It might have been 4 hours, it might have been 8 hours. You are just basically reserving your energy, and the hype of the first labor phase and everything happening is kind of over. The last stage is, I would say, like this. So you've retracted from the people and things happening around you, focusing all of your energy internally to either breathe or work your way through the contractions, whatever method you have practiced beforehand. Your partner might have become a little bit more quiet, or you might actually tell them, please just, you know, shut up. I just need a little bit of quiet. Maybe you're listening to some music. This is just before pushing. This might be interrupted every time you have a contraction, but you are preparing to push. So how do we cope through all of this? There are some very simple things that you can do. For instance, you can take a walk around the block or around the house. You can walk up and down stairs if you have the energy to still be mobile. And that is amazing, because if this is the pelvis, you want the baby to move into the birth canal. It's a very tight space, obviously. So this baby, with every contraction and as you move, is also making his or her way through the birth canal. Now this might be a very small baby. Hold on, let me just get my placenta here. This might be a very small baby, and it's just for demonstration purposes because she actually fits through the pelvis. But as she's making her way down, when you climb up the stairs, what happens? Your pelvis does this. This baby inevitably moves with you. So every time you move, this baby might feel, oh, that's not a little bit comfortable. Let me just wriggle a little bit more. Let me push some more. And all of this movement with a contraction is pushing this baby through the birth canal. A baby doesn't just go through the birth canal straight down. They have certain positions that they have to be in order to fit through the birth canal. They have to turn their head a certain way. They have to turn their shoulders a certain way. And keep a lookout for my vaginal birth delivery and explanation of exactly how this process works. But you can see that the movement of the pelvis is really nice. So what else brings movement? These exercise balls, people rave about it for a reason. It gives you the movement of the pelvis. You can either go back and forth on a ball, you can go to the side like the hip swing, or you can go all around on this ball. And you can see that the moment you start moving the hips, combined with contractions, this baby is forced to follow the shape of this internal structure and push down into the birth canal. Another thing you can try is massage. Lots of women in the early phases enjoy massages, especially where they are experiencing pain. So if you have taken some classes in massaging techniques during labor, you would already know what to do. But the point of a massage is not just a nice rub. It is applying pressure on the parts that is sore for you. It's a distraction method to trick the body into focusing on the pressure instead of the pain. So massaging around the sacrum, the lower back, this is a very nice spot where you can apply pressure, but the massage with some oil or some cream helps to just keep applying that pressure that you don't cause friction on dry skin. A warm bath or a warm shower. Don't make it too hot, just keep it around 37 degrees. And if your waters have broken, if you have a home birth or water birth planned, your midwife will tell you when you can get into the water. If you are in the hospital, you won't be able to take a bath, but you can take a nice warm shower. The big focus is to get as comfortable as possible, even if you're lying down in the bed and you're lying on the one side or the other side. If it works for you and you want to rest a little bit, do that. If you don't feel like sleeping or resting, try these techniques to stay mobile. If it's really, really early, you can even try and go back to sleep. If it's like in the middle of the night, try and get some sleep and see if you can sleep through the contractions until they start getting a little bit more intense. Otherwise, if you get up at 2 a.m. in the morning and your contractions are not really bad, you're going to be up for a couple of hours before the day starts and then still go into the day. So if you can go back to sleep, try that. If it gets to a point where none of these techniques are working as well anymore, but you have an unmedicated birth in mind, you can start focusing on breathing. There are many ways to breathe, but my favorite one that is easy to remember and it's easy to teach as well is the in and out method, and then a variation to that. In and out is purely you inhale through your nose. It helps to put your hand on your abdomen, just on the top of your uterus, that you can feel as you inhale, your abdomen is supposed to expand. You're not expanding your lungs going, you want to expand your abdomen. And then when you exhale, you go through the mouth. So to show you, you put your hand on your abdomen. Remember, it needs to fill with air as you inhale. And then if you exhale, through the mouth. You're going to do it slowly. I'm just showing you a little bit quicker for about 4 to 6 seconds. Inhale, exhale. And then box breathing is an adjusted form of that, which helps you to not only breathe effectively, but it also helps to distract you because you have to focus. So think about a square box. And you go 4 seconds. If you can do longer, it's great, but 4 seconds on each side. So you go, inhale, keep that breath, exhale, keep that exhale for another 4 seconds. So you go, keep it, exhale, keep it, and then you go. So when this is not the whole time, this is during the contractions when you need to focus on breathing. And your partner can even do the little motion with you. You can keep it in your head, but it helps you to focus on doing the breathing correctly. So there you go. These are just a few easy coping techniques. If you don't have the time to go read more, or you don't want to know about all 100 techniques out there and you just want to pick one that works for you, maybe some of these can help for you. All the best with your birth, and I am sending all the positive energy your side.